Hey guys, so super excited to be here on day 2 with the halter training journey. So we have these two fillies. I got their names now. Jolene is the sorrel filly and Sandy is the Grula filly. So I've got them over in the round pen and I'm afoot today, and I'm just working on, I'm going to work on two things. Separation, so I can teach them how to separate just through movement, and how to build confidence through the approach. Just further the lessons that I taught them the last time I worked them on day 1. So something that I noticed today was attitude from Jolene, the sorrel filly. She showed me a lot of attitude in arching her neck and kind of shaking her head at me a little bit. That's a pecking order sign. So horses, when they show you the peck, you can see her arch her neck right there and kind of slam on the brakes. So she knows what I want. Like, she comes to me and then she runs over to the Grula filly. So she's clearly demonstrating to me that she knows what I want in the separation here, but she's just challenging it. So I just slowly up the motivation. So I'm going to speed it up here now. It's on 8 times faster just to keep the lesson down. So you can still see what I'm doing. But it just cuts this lesson down from 30 minutes down to, I want to get it down around 5 to 7 minutes. So yeah, I just do this for a while, then I go back to real time once I start seeing a change in her. So I'm just working on just push, and I'm slowly adding turns back and forth. That's the only thing I'm really progressing on. You can see she's kind of wanting out of the situation, and she finally settled in. So it now went back to real time. So now I've got separation. I'm going to start working on the approach, building more confidence. And right here, when she finally decided to let me catch her, now I can't get rid of her. For the rest of the lesson, she's in my pocket, and it's because I motivated her by sending her around. And then she learned that when she separated, I'm going to leave her. And you'll see how little pressure it takes from this point on to get her to separate. And then I have to do pretty much the same thing with the Grula filly, Sandy. So now I just ignore her and I start to work on the Grula filly, Sandy. Got to get used to saying her name. Sandy and Jolene. So yeah, what I really want to work on here in the approach is teaching them a pattern. I really want to highlight the pattern of that I'm backing away. So as I get in closer to her, the only thing I want her thinking about is she'll let me get a little bit closer because she's banking on the fact that I'm going to back away. And you've seen a little bit of that work on day 1, how it was drawing her to me. So now I'm just going to just make sure she knows that part of it. I don't ever want to assume. So the first few days I spend a ton of time going back and forward, and we'll call that approach. So that's really their only lesson for today, is to separate and let me approach. And then I grab the halter here in a bit and I start approaching with the halter as well. You can see Jolene, now that she come together, I can just slowly start to push her around. And you'll just see how little it takes to get her to, you can see her head down right away. She's totally submissive. All that attitude that was at the beginning is all gone now. And I just want you to understand that from watching that. So when you see dominant signs in your horse, the lesson, it just tells you that that's where they're at. The lesson doesn't move. So now I'm back to a higher rate of speed. I got my halter, but it's times 4. So the other one was times 8. This is times 4. And this is going to keep the lesson down, like I said, around 6 or 7 minutes. Yeah, so right now I'm starting to see signs that Sandy, the Grula filly, has been messed with in the halter before. She just, and I'll show you what made me think that. when I go to approach her, what she does with her nose, right? So see how she gets further away? Like it gets worse, right? See how she takes her nose away? Now, if she had never been haltered, this wouldn't be a move that she would make, right? She does not want to let me put that over her nose. And there's no reason, with how much I've motivated her already, if she'd never been haltered, for her to do that. So now I'm at 8 speed again. It's just taken a while. So you see I keep giving her chances. And you can see how well Jolene accepts it. She's almost becoming a nuisance with me there. She comes everywhere I go. And part of that's because I'm ignoring her, right? She never had any bad experience from that halter. Oh, yeah, you can see it's taken a lot more motivation for her. And she's surrendering to me. She's showing, she's given up that position in a pecking order, but she just won't let me get that halter on her, over her nose. So at this point in time, I am questioning the fact that nobody's ever put a halter on her. Jolene, definitely. I can see that she was pure as the wind-driven snow. She never knew anything about it. Still very naive about the halter. I can throw it on her nose. I've done so already 10, 15 times here. So now I've slowed down to 4. And you can see, I had to keep pushing Jolene. As soon as I quit pushing, she comes right to me. Like she's got it dialed in. She knows the drill. She knows where the honey is. And then I just keep working on this filly. And then back to Jolene. But you can still see I'm struggling with this. But the lesson's kind of coming to an end here. But that's all I'm doing is I finish with me being able to put that thing up towards her nose or over her nose slightly, and then we carry on again. You can see how I'm just inch by inch, slowly progressing, very slowly, and lots of walking away. That takes the pressure away, makes her think that that's all I wanted to do. And so yeah, guys. So like I said, this lesson's going to end here pretty quick. So day 3, I'll catch you on day 3 when we will be teaching Jolene to yield to halter pressure. So take care, guys. See you on the next one.